Hello and welcome to what I believe is my first actual video on Phasmophobia. I've been streaming it for a year and a half, and I've never actually made a video on Phasmophobia, but this is probably the most important video to make on it. So let's discuss what I believe is going to be the biggest update for Phasmophobia ever. And it is the Progression 2.0 update. Yeah. So there's a number of things to cover. It's been being talked about since like April or whatever, and I've never made a video. But here we're making a video. We're doing it right now. Here we are. You're watching it. So the most recent thing, I'll start with the recent stuff and go backwards because that way I can scroll down. So the most recent thing announced involving the Progression 2.0 update is that Phasmophobia finally is coming to consoles. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of effort and stuff that went into that to make it happen, and that's probably why it took so long, but it is happening. Phasmophobia is indeed coming to consoles. The number one question I would always get on stream, people would come in and be like, hey, where can I play this game? And I'm like, Steam, only Steam. That's all you get. I'm like, oh, it's not on console? Nope, it's not. Well, that's no longer the case. It is now going to be on console, and it will be available on Xbox and PlayStation 5, it looks like. Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5, and PlayStation VR, apparently. And in addition to that, it will be crossplay compatible, which will be cool, which means people coming into stream, potentially... I've never actually done a stream with viewers, but this opens up the possibility because there'll be more people potentially willing to play. So there's that. I'm excited for that. So let me just read it. We heard you loud and clear, and it's now finally coming. Phasmophobia will enter early access for consoles on the Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5, PlayStation VR 2 this August, which is shortly after the Progression 2.0 update for Steam, which is supposed to occur late July. So they probably have to release the update and then get approval on these consoles, I suspect. That's just my conjecture, my guess. And when Phasmophobia launches on consoles, it will start with the Progression 2.0 update and be updated regularly alongside the PC version with content and bug fixes. Reporting and player bans will work across all platforms, and we've added the ability to block other players from the journal, which will mute them indefinitely until you unblock them. Lastly, all platforms will feature optional crossplay. Oh, it's optional crossplay. Okay, but I'll probably turn it on. And players can see which platforms their teammates are playing on by the icon displayed on their ID card. We hope you're just as excited as we are to welcome a new community of ghost hunting investigators. Well, I'm excited about it, and we got a nice picture of different things. You can see. You can't actually see my mouse. The top one has Steam icon in the upper left corner, PlayStation, another Steam, and an Xbox. We can see it in the image, which is pretty cool. Now, the second thing that will be done with this update, and the thing that I've been excited about for a while, waiting for it because they've been teasing it for like a year, or at least since October, I think. Since October, I think, at the very least, is they're upgrading, not necessarily upgrading. They are adding tiers to pretty much every item in the game. So an ultraviolet flashlight is going to have the weaker version of the glow stick and a stronger version of a powerful ultraviolet flashlight, which was temporarily available, I believe, during the Halloween update in October. So we did get to play with that a little bit. But every item's getting it. So, and if you go into the lobby, you can see a lot of them, all the tiers. Like there's matches, and then a lighter, and then like a Zippo lighter for the lighter tier, or the lighter item. The dots has like a pen light. Actually, I'm not going to read through everything here, but like here we've got the ultraviolet with the, they have all, ultraviolet with the glow stick and everything. They've also reworked a lot of things so that now ultraviolet stays available a little bit longer, as we can see in this image here. When the light goes out, the images stay briefly, which is helpful for taking pictures because it was kind of annoying to look at a fingerprint and then have to switch to the camera, which takes away the flashlight, so you can't see the fingerprint, and just take a picture of a blank door, and somehow that counts as a fingerprint picture. So that's good. That's a nice thing to have. Obviously, there are some tier. This is an example of like the regular ultraviolet flashlight, and this is the big more powerful flashlight here. Yeah, that right there, that one. And let's see, what else do we got? So there's gonna be other upgrades, of course. We've got the EMF upgrade. They've been teasing this all along. So we've got regular EMF, like analog EMF meter, the traditional EMF meter that we've had the entire time, and then this upgraded EMF meter, which gives you the direction and everything, which is gonna be totally new and everything. It's gonna be this is almost gonna be like a brand new game. So it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. As I scroll down here, temperature gauge with regular analog thermometer, the traditional digital thermometer, although it looks to be different now. It looks to have different functionality. I have read this stuff, but I'm not gonna, for the sake of brevity, we're not gonna read it all right now. And the tier 3 version. So each one having different functions and abilities, and probably the tier 3 is the most powerful of all of them, I would suspect. The third thing that is happening, and it is important for Phasmophobia, is the levels will be reset. I will read everybody. I will read this. I started to read it. I started to look at the text. If you ever done that, where you start to look at the text and it's like you see a word and it just comes out, even though it wasn't what you meant to say. That's what happened here. So, level reset. So, as everybody knows, with Progression 2.0, we will be resetting everyone's level back to 0. We did know this, and I'm not going to go all the way back to find that out, or to reread that. However, we will be pushing you all to Prestige 1, so you don't have to unlock difficulties or maps that you're already playing. So yeah, they're going to be having Prestige systems. So you level up, I believe you level up to level 100, and then when you Prestige, you reset to level 0, but you get an additional Prestige. So everybody who is already playing the game on Steam will automatically be Prestige 1, but level 0. Will also be part of that. This is all the money and items that we had will be removed. So we will be starting with nothing when this happens. Let's see. Alongside the reset, we'll be permanently immortalizing your pre-wipe level with a badge that is displayed on your character's arm. Upon logging in for the first time after the progression update, you'll be greeted with a window to select how you want your badge to look. The number of options you have available will determine how far you've progressed before that update. Once it's locked in, that's it. So think carefully, as there's no way to adjust this afterwards. Here's previews of some badges. So they're going to give us something. People who have been playing for a while are going to have something to basically memorialize that fact, even though we're going to be all reset to 0 and have to start from scratch. So those are probably the 3 main updates that are happening. This is just another thing with the dots upgrade. They're going to have like a little flashlight. They're going to have the regular dots that are normal, and then a dots that actually shifts around a room, which is kind of cool. So, but those are the 3 things. Equipment upgrades, the level reset, and prestige system, and of course, releasing on console with crossplay compatibility. Together, I think this really is the biggest update Phasmophobia has ever seen, and I am looking forward to seeing how this plays out in the future. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.